What's happening, YouTube? This is a zombie apocalypse game featuring two people from Discord, Alban and Blitzkrieg. So I decided to play with these people in a fixed card game on Germany, and I learned a lot from like having to deal with the zombies. So basically, the main strategy to fend off against the horde, like the mass horde of the zombies, is to build up a massive fortification line where you have where you can controlling a continent, and you have you're defending against the zombie, so you always have a bigger army than the zombie. And then over time you gradually get bigger and bigger until you are able to take them out. And this game is a perfect example of that strategy. So looking through the player cards, yellow is a novice, red is a grandmaster, and purple is intermediate. Yellow is going for the bottom left region. I was focusing on the bottom right, but I needed to build up my army much bigger, especially against zombies, because if you're too aggressive, then the zombies can punish you and take away some of your smaller armies. And that's happened to me before. I was in a previous game, I had a really good position where I had multiple different continents, and I was trying to be aggressive by taking a lot of territory, and then but because I went and was super aggressive, my armies weren't big enough, and so the zombies were able to take down my territories and take down some of my bigger armies, which I thought were big enough, but in reality they weren't. And that's what ended up losing me that game. So that's why in this game I was super passive and was building up my troops before I decided to capture any continent or to go for any of the continents. So at this point, purple tries to take out yellow, but he gets a bad blitz roll over there on the 4, and then he ends up actually losing the 6-on-3. So that completely wrecks purple's hopes in this game, because he didn't get to capture or fully take out yellow and get his cards, and now he's super weak. Purple is super weak. Red gets to take out yellow basically for free after that failure. Although, meanwhile, I'm still building up my army and waiting for the perfect opportunity to take the continent, the bottom right continent. Red is trying his parts to keep the zombies at bay and away from his border. And then I turned in my set because I had a set at 3 and decided to capture the continent. I was putting some trust in red and purple not to attack me, because I didn't guard all of my borders against them, but I did guard my borders against the zombie. Because the zombie, if it can attack a territory, it will attack a territory, no matter what. Yeah, so you can see red is attacking, and he tried to capture that continent. At this point I decided to take out the purple player and get the cards, and also capture the bottom left continent. However, the zombie did break into one of my borders because I didn't realize that it was connected. I needed to guard that border as well. But fortunately for me, it didn't invade both of my continents, it only got to invade one of them. So now I have 5 cards, so I can use that to recapture my continent. Red was kind enough to let me hold my continent, and now all I have to do is defend against a zombie. But this turn, Red was not so kind, and ends up actually invading my continents, which I did not appreciate, but he thought it would be a good move to like try to balance me out. He ends up like pretty much using all of his troops on both me and the zombie, so I end up deciding to punish him by invading his continents for what he did to me last turn. Zombie once again invades one of my continents. But I do hold the bottom right. However, Albin does end up invading me again, but then he does go on a rampage and basically sacrifices himself on the zombies. Like weakens himself down on the zombies. Because at this point he is pretty much dead. He only has one army of 8 remaining. So at this point I can take out Red and get his cards for because it's worth taking him out at this point. And in the same move, I'm going to take the bottom left continent, recapture that, and then start my plan of building up a wall, a barrier against the zombies. Trying to hold the continents on the bottom of the map with a wall of protection. And just have troops big enough so that the zombies won't attack me. So that turn it does end up invading me, but I had a set, and this is where I start my plan of slowly, gradually building up. So you can see I have 4 borders to control both of those continents, and the zombie can't put up a resistance against me. So slowly I will get more and more troops, and then I'll fortify it against each of the borders so that they're strong and you get stronger and stronger, and then I can slowly expand. So even though the zombies are getting way more troops than me, my borders are bigger than the zombies, the troops of the zombies that are next to my borders. So slowly but surely I can expand, take down some of the bigger armies, and get one territory a turn, and push my borders out over time as I get more and more. So now I pushed out a little bit farther, and another thing is that the troops, regular troops are a lot more stronger than the zombies troops, so you can take down bigger armies of the zombies with relative ease because the zombies troops are super weak. And that's what I'm doing. I'm playing it really slow because I want to make sure that the zombie has no chance to take me down. So slowly but surely, I expand, take more territory, and this is almost to the very end of the zombies because I'm getting more and more. Now I can start. Next turn I'll start actually going on a full-out attack against the zombies, like launching my assault on the zombies in the following turn after I fortify that big army out. Yeah, so right here, actually next turn is when I start my assault, because I have that 48 troops down there that I can use. I start out my assault against the zombies, and I can afford to do this because I can just use the rest of these troops to attack the zombie and then fortify some of my troops back to my border so that it can't come back and attack me. So I can continue doing this. I can continue like suiciding armies against the zombie and then like having enough troops to go back and fortify to my borders so that it can't attack me through to my continents. So long as I have all of these continents, the zombie can't do anything to me. And this turn is when I finally take it out completely. Alright, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.